So it's the new year, and that means new goals, and most importantly, a new you. This year, I decided to stop focusing on my freelance videography gigs and focus more on my profession as a visual storyteller and my health. Oh yeah, and having a social life too, since I'm an introvert. But being in marketing means being able to grab someone's attention successfully and doing it in the most affordable way as possible. And in order for someone to do that, they need to keep up with the latest trends and features. Which leads to the topic of this video, using Instagram Reels to grow my following to 500 followers successfully, and most importantly, understanding how the hell it happened. My name is M.Cayabyab. I am a men's fashion enthusiast with a passion for visual storytelling and branding. My goal is to make you look good so y'all can feel good, and to explore the realm of marketing and branding in the fashion world to help you grow your brand, be it as a business or a personal brand. So with that in mind, I decided to explore the realm of short form content on Instagram and decided to post for 30 days. So let's hope I can figure out anything from doing this experiment, so that way I can provide you guys value. And this could either be really, really good or really, really bad. But let's get it. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna tell you guys flat out, I wrote a bunch of notes on my phone, so please bear with me. I don't remember everything on top of my head, so I'll be reading from my phone. And just to give some quick context before I actually dive into like the strategy and everything else, I am testing out different methods each week, and I'm trying to see if I can kind of crack the algorithm or kind of find a pattern that can help me grow my following. This is my first time actually diving into short form content, so I wanted to see what would work and what wouldn't work. But I am batching my content, so it's easier for me to prepare and adjust for any strategies that I find along the way. And if you guys don't know what that is, batching content is basically having one specific day to create content, film it, record it, maybe even edit it, so that way you can have content prepared to be published or to be put out into the world. So with each week that I will recap, I will go ahead and post like the reels and like the metrics on either corner, so that way you guys could kind of have like a better understanding of like what went down, which reel performed well, and everything else. So with that in mind, I'll be sure to tell you guys the numerical values at the end of the video, just so it's a better visual comparison. So make sure you guys stay till the end of the video, so that way you guys can find out what may work for you and your personal brand or business. Alright guys, so for week 1, strategy. I decided to strictly create content based on majority of the things I can control. So that means quality, using either my phone or this lovely camera. Valuetainment, which is being able to provide value in an entertaining way, and using various SEO tactics like hashtags, audio obviously for reels, and testing out the lengths to find that sweet spot. Here's what I found. So for me personally, hashtags were more of a miss than a hit. 3 out of 7 videos had hashtags and only 1 came out great. The other 4 did about the same without hashtags, and 2 of them did pretty well. So hashtags is kind of like up in the air for me. So the first video actually got my highest engagement, which may be because Instagram wants to encourage me to post more, which they did. Thanks a lot, Instagram. So one of my videos I used was an original audio, which straight up was terrible for SEO. I actually wanted to make it funny, so I tried grabbing the audio from a funny viral video and combining that with like a trending audio, but it just honestly did not work out, and it was like there was no way for me to mesh the two in a sense where I can somehow use the trending audio at the same time. So yeah, original audio didn't really work out. So for week 1, Reels weren't doing great and I was about to give up, to be honest with you guys, but I actually did more research and found out I wasn't using trending audios. And how you find that out, if it's trending or not, is if you go on the Instagram Reels page and if you look at the music tag on like the bottom left, you see like this arrow going up. That means it's trending and you should use it. Literally, I found out they were like the bread and butter of getting found organically on Reels, which leads to week number 2. So the strategy for week 2 was that I decided to use filters, figuring out the length while using trending audio and using call to action. So this week is primarily focusing on like understanding the SEO of Instagram Reels. So here's what I found. I used filters for 2 out of the 7 videos and it didn't really provide me any results. If anything, it actually made it harder for me to edit my Reels because using audio and a filter literally kept crashing my phone. Call to action, I put follow for more men fashion content in all Reels, which kind of worked. So I decided to test that out differently for a different week. You'll see why. Length actually varies, but the sweet spot for Reels would be around 30 to 40 seconds. And I ended up using trending Reels with 10K to 100K plus. And the test so far suggests that there isn't an exact range of numbers that one should use. So keep on using those trending audios. With me getting busy with work, I ended up having trouble creating Reels when I was done with the first batch of content. So week 3 was solely figuring out if production mattered, hooks to grab more people, and using trending audio filters like before. Here's what I found. Production does matter as none of my Reels went over 1,000 views compared to the previous weeks. But I believe there's more to it, which will be explained towards the recap of the video. I ended up not getting much followers and not much saves and also not much engagement. So I don't know what to tell you there, especially since I used the same Instagram Reel topic that actually did well my previous week. So that was a bit surprising, to be honest with you guys. But week 3 was honestly a buzz for me. But I did find out that it was definitely faster and saved twice the amount of time to prep the Reels, edit it, post it, and everything else all the way up to distribution. But the one thing that I did find out and what really helps is, guys, you guys absolutely need engagement. The past few successful Reels that did well actually had a ton more engagement than any other videos. So engagement. It doesn't matter if it's likes, comments, saves. I don't think any of the metric is more important than the other than engaging with the content. So anyone who has a following, personal brand, business brand, whatever, engagement is literally king, guys. Get good engagement. So the strategy for these last weeks are filming with my camera, use hooks just to redo my test, just to make sure production was like, you know, maybe that was the reason why week 3's reel wasn't doing as well. And using a less demanding call to action for more comments, kind of like instead of follow for more men's fashion content, kind of ask them like, hey, what do you think about this, or do you like this color, or how's this outfit work for you? Anyone a big fan of clogs? All that good stuff. So here's what I found, guys. So the less demanding call to action but to promote more engagement still didn't work out for me. I got no comments whatsoever, but I did get more saves and follows. I think it's probably equivalent to week 2. My hypothesis was right about which reels would actually gain a lot of views, which you'll find out. So with all of that, let's summarize this challenge and test. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching through the video. Obviously it helps out the algorithm, which ultimately helps me out, but my goal is to help you guys out, so it's a wonderful trade-off if I say so myself. But there's a lot to unpack, so let's just jump right into it. Numerical values, I started off with a whopping 64 followers and gained a whopping 84 followers. So it's disappointing, to be honest with you, but I'll explain more about it and my learnings and hypothesis as to why I didn't grow as much as I expected to. Important things I learned: number 1 is trending audio is very important. It's the best SEO method for Reels and should be similar on how TikToks go viral. I don't know if you guys have ever used TikToks or if you guys are on TikTok, but if you look at the Explore page, they have trending filters, audio, themes, whatever. So in that sense, I think that's Instagram's response to TikTok's way of gaining traction or using a different SEO method. Second one is production matters, 80 to 90% of the time. Now with my test, obviously it shows that yes, production does matter, but what I mean is if you aren't providing exceptional value that impacts and you're just posting like fits like me, there's no way it's going to gain traction. There's no value that people can gain from it other than like, hey, that's a cool outfit. So I'm a firm believer of using what you have, and if you're starting off with the phone, then keep going. But make sure, guys, content is king, but distribution is queen. Content over everything first, and make sure it's valuable and the followers will follow. And the third thing that I learned is having text matters, especially hooks. Week 2 and week 4 were the best weeks as for follower traction. That's where majority of my followers came from, and that's with like using text. And I believe it was mainly call to actions and hooks. So use them strategically. As for the length of reels, truthfully guys, it varies, but like I can confirm that 30 to 40 seconds is the sweet spot for reels. My best reel is actually 43 seconds with 3,067 views, and my 4-second reel ended up getting 2,572 views. So with that in mind, take those numbers with a grain of salt and experiment with your own type of content. The next thing I found out is the real audio and which one to use, and it looks like the sweet spot, unfortunately it's a huge range, is 10K to 300K plus. What worked for me was the low end spectrum and the high end spectrum of that range. So truthfully guys, I have yet to test out the mid range, but I will do so maybe in the future. Next thing I found out, and probably one of the most important things I found out from my learnings doing this, is the algorithm promotes your video hard every 3rd to 4th video. So literally every 3rd to 4th video should be the best one you should make. And how I found this out is I would use constant topics that did well, and for some of the weeks or some of the videos that weren't the 3rd or 4th video, I would be so confused and think to myself like, okay, if outfit whatever, outfit X did well, outfit Z should do well as well. But that wasn't the case until I found a pattern towards the last week of this challenge, and I'm super stoked and things are looking a bit promising, guys. Another thing I found out was the most important metric is engagement. Like I said, the more people that comment, save, and like, the more likely Instagram will push out your content even if it isn't your third or fourth video. The next thing I tried finding out is seeing how long a reel will trend for, and it looks like 3 weeks actually may be the max, but that is only keeping track of one audio that I found that was at the start of its trend. So I still need to do further tests, further analysis, and probably dig deeper as to like really seeing how long an audio will trend for. And the last thing I learned was that I actually watched a video where people said that they were actually gaining traction and growing their Instagram on their second or third month. So the goal is to just keep posting reels and keep going, guys. With everything that I learned, there's still more things I need to learn. So with that would be, one, I need to figure out how to get more engagement from random followers, whether that's making content that's valuable or, you know, making a much more engaging text or putting a little bit more effort into my captions. Second thing is to how to get more consistent reel views rather than getting the third or fourth video being shown more from Instagram, I guess you could say. So you need to find out how to do that. I don't know yet. I will have to think and analyze and probably plan. But the third thing I need to find out is a more solidified hashtag strategy and start using buckets. I feel like hashtags are very, very important and one should know how to use it. But the problem is there's so much hashtags and some people actually follow those hashtags, which ends up being shown on their explore page, which ends up showing Instagram reel videos. I don't know if that makes sense, but basically I still believe in hashtags. I'm a firm believer of hashtags, but using the right hashtags is very, very tough, and it's been a very long journey for me to figure out which ones to use. So I still need to figure that out. The next one is, which is the biggest one, is finding curation accounts that can potentially share my reel in their account. I feel like being able to form a community, tag curated accounts so they can share your reels, whether that's paid or not. I feel like that is one of the most organic ways to grow. And right now, as I'm forming my style and whatnot, it's hard to find out which curated account is for me or which ones I still have yet to explore. So with that in mind, your boy has to still keep on exploring, learning, and analyzing and researching. The next thing I need to learn is having a deeper look into filters, because I feel like it's there as for potential, but I feel like I'm missing something. So I don't know what yet. I still have yet to like sit back and think, but we'll get there. And another thing that I learned is editing trending original audio, because it's almost impossible to get that audio from Premiere if it's made on Instagram Reels. So I feel like the only way you can do that is editing and recording and doing everything on the app of Instagram. But I tried that and it was freaking hard to get the music on sync with the different clip. The next thing I learned is using more text for each outfit. Obviously, a lot of people like to watch videos without text, so being able to create a plethora of text within the video, but not too much, could be helpful. And lastly, I think the most important thing is being able to create valuable content. I know that's very, very subjective, but being able to understand who your audience is, who you're targeting, being able to understand what they like and what they do, and literally everything and anything about them that kind of like vibes with them. I feel like that's super important, and I'm still in that journey along with you guys. Alright guys, and that's it for the video. If you find this video valuable and want me to do this challenge again, I only have one huge favor, and that favor is to get this video literally just to 15 likes, follow the gram, and whenever you can, engage with my content, like it, save it, share it, so that way I could kind of figure out the important metrics that Instagram will use to help push your content out. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was super valuable, and I honestly hope it wasn't long, because I literally filmed this during my lunchtime. So peace out guys, I'm out. New video will be out next week as well. Stay tuned and yeah, peace out y'all.